Hold on. I filled it all out, all this is days. You want to circle who's here, circle who's here, and then follow it.
Okay.
Kind of cheat sheet, it should be really easy.
We had the citizens to be heard portion, so it looks like we do have a couple folks signed up. Ms. Jody Doyle
That's right.
at 4:02.
Okay.
Renowned physicist Richard Feynman is quoted as saying, "Water is the very foundation of life itself. Water is unique. There is nothing like it." Water has been fundamental to life in Wilson County for thousands of years, way before it was called Wilson County or Stockdale. Springs once flowed and sustained life in all forms. The Cibolo was called a river. Slowly, it seems that these things are slipping away from our beautiful county, and our charm is being turned into an industrial wasteland. We're in a historic long-term drought, and local wells, including mine, are drying up. I'm not against economic development. I'm for responsible, transparent development. I'm against utility-scale private power plants here, solar farms and data centers, and tax abatements for them. I'm against NDAs and confidentiality agreements, especially since there are so many lives who are being seriously affected by these developments. Thousands of ordinary people living at ground zero for the Massey project don't know what hit them. Once a data center of this scale is built, local control evaporates. Data centers breed more data centers. The cost to local, ordinary people and families, many of whom are just trying to make it to the weekend, will be great and devastating. No one wants a 1,400 megawatt power plant that's bigger than the one at Calaveras Lake over their back fence. The project now says they will use hardly any water. Industry experts estimate a 1,400 megawatt utility scale gas turbines use an average of 5 million gallons a day. The effects will be far-reaching and long-lasting. I implore you to take those of us who are already here into consideration and form guardrails and policies that protect us and maintain the rural character and the way of life that's our legacy. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you for your comments. We take them very seriously because a lot of us are seeing these things from the same perspective as you. This is all new to us, and trust me, there's not a person in the state of Oregon very concerned about water. So, appreciate your comments. We also had a Kayla.
I left my phone at work. I was going to read you something, but she said something about local control evaporating. This is one of the lines that's in this thing I wanted to read. It came out of the Livestock Week, which I read all the time, comes from San Angelo. And people all over the state are having this problem.
Oh, yeah.
It's showing up to stop this. And we're looking for all the help us do that.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from last meeting. If everyone can take a second to look those over if you haven't already had an opportunity to do that. It's been a minute, so. I was remiss, we have a new board member, but you guys all know one another, except maybe a couple, but.
We've met in passing before, Grant Small.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And Stephen, if you haven't met.
Yes, I have.
You have, okay, excellent, okay, then everybody else is. Probably know you better than me.
Some of them
Yeah. That's probably not a good thing.
No. Keep all the comments to ourselves.
Once everybody's had a chance to look at it, if someone wants to make a motion to approve those minutes, it would be appreciated.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
No, sir.
We have a second, Donald Bennett. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Second item on the agenda is a discussion of possible action regarding a contract between Jennifer Bayer and the city of Stockdale. So we had discussed making Jennifer an employee of the city so that she could get health insurance benefits and so that she wouldn't have to be paid on a 1099 and pay all of her employment and Social Security taxes. And we had all agreed, but we never got the official onboarding through the city. So now they've actually come out with an official contract. And essentially, gentlemen, and I think this is going to probably change, but the essence of this contract is what we've already agreed to pay Jennifer, which I believe is $50,000 a year. From that come her benefits and tax and everything, so it all gets reduced from 50. But we're going to be reimbursing the city for those salaries. And we're going to do that on a monthly basis.
And the agreement is the exact same one that was recently drafted for Floresville. We have the same lawyer, so he basically used the same template for us.
So I have been getting paid that this past year, once we all agreed. What happened was, they didn't take out the taxes. So I got taxed higher, and that was the whole reason we did this. And so, somebody called the attorney and said, to do that, I have to be under a contract. And so we're fixing that. So really, there's no pay raise for Jen. We're just fixing that. But I did notice when I read this today, sorry about my lateness on it, on some of the verbiage, and I want to make sure we all understand, it's not saying I have a problem with it, but I want to make sure I understand. So now, if I'm under contract with the city, then that allows you to fire me now?
No, so you wouldn't get contract. You would get to be a city employee.
Okay.
You would fall under just like any other city employee. But there again, the board here, if you leave or something, the next person coming in, they would have say so in the hiring of said city employee.
Tuesday.
The board. So via the
Of course, you're already hired, so
Right.
that doesn't. But what I'm saying, that's where they would have. Plus, they would have input with raises and evaluations.
We do.
things like
Yeah.
What it is the reimbursement mechanism essentially affords us, for lack of a better term, ownership of your employment here. So the city, by accepting reimbursement, acquiesces control over your employment to the board.
Because right now you're listed as contract. You're contract with the city. That's why the taxes don't get taken out on a contract employee. If you're a true city employee, basically your taxes and everything will go through the payroll system just like any other employee.
And I thought in the notes when LH, if I remember correctly, it did state in here too, retirement and all that, everything.
If
is like,
you're listed as a full-time employee, you would get the benefits of retirement.
oh, it's because I'm not. Right?
You're more than full-time.
I know. I'm a pay for it.
So, yeah, it was my understanding that she has a set salary that's already been established, and as a city employee, she's going to be on all of the city benefits or have the opportunity to.
So she
participate.
currently does get the medical and stuff that y'all are paying for. We're just passing what it costs the city on to y'all and y'all pay. Is how it's been set up. Now, as far as retirement through the TML and everything like that, that would be available only to full-time employees. If she's going to be full-time, then she would get the retirement portion.
And I don't understand the designation then of full-time because she works a lot more than 40 hours a week.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. It would have to have that. I think it's 38 is what our cutoff is 38. If you work more than that 38, then you will get the full benefits.
Wouldn't she be considered a salaried employee at that point?
Yes.
And that should be eligible for
But there
38?
again, everything in there, it states that she would fall under our personnel policy like any other employee.
Okay.
And that would, so there again, if she works, I'm very flexible. I allow my other salaried employees, let's say they work 45 hours that week, I'll allow them to flex it within that pay period.
Sure.
I want them to take it off on their day. I'm not going to cut them off and say, you go home now or anything like that. I always want my people, and to be able to flex it out if they need to. But most of the time, a salary employee works over 40. You know, I know I do a lot, but, you know.
So I guess my question is, how do we get from whatever this is to whatever Jennifer's anticipating, which is basically this and participation in the retirement?
She would have to work, put in 38 hours a
Okay, so
week.
she already does that. So you're already getting part of retirement, or you will be once this is signed and this is submitted to the payroll,
Well, this would have to, so this has to go through your board first.
right?
It cannot be voted on by my board until after your board votes on it, and then it will go to the next council meeting, and they have to vote on it.
Okay. Well, we all know it. Okay. Well, with that said,
And she would be entitled to, you know, holidays off, you know, the vacation time, the sick time, the, you know, the 2 personal days we get, things like that. So,
well, I would, can someone, do you want to discuss this? Does anyone have any questions about how this works?
Well, she deserves that and then some.
Well, that's next, but we first have to, you know, she's been working as a contractor for X amount of dollars for so long, it's about time to finally get something. So, I can't look at the motion, can I? Because if I can, I will.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
We'll make a motion for the right thing, so we're making a motion
To
for,
approve the contract.
to approve the contract, but to also move it, or to make sure that it covers a full-time salary. I don't know if I'm wording that properly.
I think you're
Maybe
approving the
simple-
contract.
Approving the contract, yeah,
I'm
maybe
making
that's
a
simple.
motion to approve the contract.
We got a motion by Mark. Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Second by Louise. Any discussions? Any questions? Concerns? If you have concerns, it's okay to.
So
The only concern I would have, first of all, I couldn't think of a better person to do it, and the legal part of it is above me, but as long as that was all taken care of, it sounds like it is, if the mayor's floor fails, then, I mean, yeah, I think it's great, so.
Well, then,
We already discussed setting it up, so we're.
yeah. Okay, well, then we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Unanimously approved. So number 3 is discussion and possible action regarding transfer of pond ownership from our entity to the city so that we're not maintaining city property anymore. You know, this was kind of, maybe not initial intention, but once the thing started developing, we always had planned to, you know, hand this over to the city anyway. So it also avoids us paying for the water that goes into it if we continue having this kind of weather. So I'll take a motion on that
I mean, that was the original plan.
to transfer over to the city, yes.
So I'll make a motion to transfer ownership of the bond to the city of Stockdale.
So do y'all want to put in there for use as a park? Just word it that way we can, if I leave here someday and somebody else comes in, it's worded that it was.
Okay,
So it's part of
okay.
the parks and
Yeah,
recreation.
let's say that, because if you don't word it that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It'll be the next, you know, whatever. Yeah, so
Just say.
with that stipulation.
Yeah, we will. So we definitely as part of the parks and recreation of the city of Stockdale.
So we got a first, second, any discussion, questions, concerns, comments, DPIAs? Woo-hoo! All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, another unanimous. So next item is discussion only regarding the MISA Energy Data Center update. And just for the general public to know, the Economic Development Corporation is decidedly Switzerland on this issue. We are not in the business of retarding business from coming to Stockdale. We're not in the business of giving away Stockdale's water. They have not come to us for anything. They haven't come to the county for anything. MISA at the current time is a private citizen who happens to live in California that bought the land from a private citizen who lived out there at Moho Ranch. They've been they've had no interaction with us other than to participate in a workshop in which we had the opportunity to grill one of their developers on some of these finer issues, in particular permitting well and water. That said, Jen, you can lead this discussion. I know that there's been not a whole lot of changes in what's going on, but go ahead.
I kind of wanted to see if y'all had questions. JC, Stephen, and myself have been attending a weekly call with the owner of the NISA data center just to see what we have coming at us instead of just them showing up and then not knowing what to do. And so it's a real high level discussion. I did pass out, which I can make you copies. This is something that, did you get that out there? It's going to be, I guess, passed around Floresville, Stockdale, and it's a real high level in which we did not do this, they did it. Explaining what exactly is going on. I know he welcomes any of y'all to go to his website and send emails and ask questions. And so really, I wanted to have it on here just to have a discussion, especially for my board, because I'm sure y'all are getting asked questions, which we don't have all the answers, but we're open to finding them out for you. And we're only as good as the information that we receive. And I've heard it a lot throughout the citizens. Well, they're lying to you. Well, I don't know how to come back to that. We're getting the information and we're taking it. That's the only reason I put it on there, just so we can discuss it. We don't give permits. The city doesn't either. This is not in the city limits. And we're all for saving water. We're worried about it too. And so
Especially in the drought.
Jen, you're speaking to us, and we don't have the option of speaking to you.
Mhm.
And I honestly don't want to step out of line, but it
Right.
doesn't sound like what you're saying agrees with what Mr. Brooks just said.
We're in perfect agreement. I'm not sure.
Well, then I don't, you've been speaking with him,
Yes, yeah, once a
about
week.
with Onetta.
Yes, once a week.
That to me is not, does not help this county one bit. If you are in constant contact with him, he's trying to win you over.
So one of the things, there was a lot of information being thrown from all sides. And one thing we wanted to get was, what is their side of the story? What are they projecting? You know, because on there they put 200 plus jobs. I've heard anywhere from 5 people to 1,000 people.
But you're
On
Wilson, you're Stockdale, and they're Wilson County.
Well, they're Californians,
Yeah.
and they're rich, and
They're
they're,
Dallas.
And there again, you know, we have no say-so in this.
Then don't get involved.
We have
And
no-
this will
but
impact Stockdale, it's just 4
It-
miles.
it
So
will.
we do need to get involved.
so
Absolutely.
part of, I mean, and I will expect input from the fellow members of my board, if I'm not saying this correctly, because I am very deliberate to not speak on behalf of the Stockdale Economic Development Corporation, because I won't speak on behalf of you guys until you give me your input. And if we have dissension amongst us about how we feel about a given thing, then that's what I would communicate.
This is not in Stockdale, this is not your beeswax. That's
Uh,
not-
Well, we do get a lot of people asking us, and we want to be able to not.
That you guys are present here means it is our beeswax.
No, we're here because you made your beeswax.
Well, my name is J.C. Rubens.
I would say that I don't know that it's our business or not, but for me, I'm not for it without more information. I share y'all's very same concerns. My family's been here for over 100 years, and I hope that they will continue to be here for, and I've got little kids, and the water usage, it says anticipated water usage. Is that, I mean, something that they could, say, well, that's what we thought about doing, but now we're doing something larger. And so there's questions too, like, and for me, I'm not super educated on it, and so it's just more questions for me, but these gas generators, so when I read about some of these gas generators, there's a number of different types, and I don't even pretend to be an expert on any of it, but some of them my understanding is some of them only use the exhaust gas to turn turbines to generate their electricity. But it's said, my understanding again is that a lot of them, to produce more energy, they have 2 different ways. They start off with the initial gas that turns the turbines. And they use boilers too, which then heat, so the gas part, the exhaust gas is for quick energy. The boilers take longer to make, I guess, more energy over a period of time. So my question is, and my concern, until they could answer it for me, just on a personal level, is now we're talking about, are we talking about now more the reason for the 2 million gallons a day as opposed to the 15,000 gallons a day, or how much water does that take if they, so, and I'm not, this is just me personally, but I'm just here to say that I'm not, and what it would bring, the jobs, is it local jobs, or is it remote jobs?
He's saying it's a mixture.
And so what is the mixture for that? And then also building the stuff and the influx of people from somewhere else and the worry about crime and what all that brings with it too. So I'm not against growth at all. I mean, I'm for it, but the type of growth, I feel like that's why I'm here. The place I can put in my input on what type of growth we want and some things that we don't maybe.
Can I say no? I don't think you're talking with us. They hired a PR firm, so they're saying what they think we want to hear. And they've changed their website, I don't know how many times. We have archives, so we know how many times they've changed their website, because their PR guy says, oh, they want to hear this things.
Well,
They're just,
the website was originally, the audience was intended to be investors. The website now has attracted citizens, so it has a much different content. We're not oblivious. We're neighbors.
I was gonna say,
So please understand, our job is to represent our citizens and our town, and that's what we're gonna
But
do.
you're right there, you're advertising to investors, and primarily in Europe and South America. We're going to end up with land that is owned by foreign people in this county. And I would like to ask a question of what you said in the city council meeting the other day, that you meet with Neto and you meet with Miss A every Monday.
Phone.
We do a telephone conference.
We don't have that opportunity. Why can't we share that opportunity with you?
I know how are you in
Switzerland, if you're meeting with him every Monday, but you don't talk to us every Monday.
So,
How many of you have seen my posts on Facebook or seen my comments in the threads on? I'm not going to get out there and make any posts on Facebook. I will respond to individual comments if I see something that I find to be misinformation. But again, when I do that, I always have the caveat, this is the information that I have.
Well, let me tell you what I have, because I'm on Facebook a lot simply for this reason. And I have been gathering people from all over the United States, particularly Texas, that are all opposed to this. I don't know of anybody that's for it except people who are investing, or people who are helping build it, or the people who are sold to it. The rest of the people, the rest of the population in the state are against it.
I understand that.
And so why can't
But
we?
you do understand that the gentleman who bought that land is now a private landowner in the state of Texas.
Who are we talking about?
Dr. Neto. He owns
I
that
don't think
land.
he does not.
He owns the
He owns
land.
the land.
Now,
When did he buy
do
it?
you understand that? I don't know, ma'am.
Well, I checked the county clerk's records daily.
those they sometimes don't update for a year or more.
If he's not the owner, he's the owner's representative. And he is the allowed to own that land with all the property rights that you
He's
enjoy.
not paying tax
And
on
I
it?
promise you that if any of you wanted to drill an agricultural producing well and pump 2 million gallons a day to grow grass, you wouldn't have a problem with it. And I wouldn't either. But someone wants to come in here and take that 2 million gallons and send it to Guadalupe County. That's how we found out about the Miss A project. Because we were researching the Spring Hill project. And we stumbled across this permit on the Evergreen Water District webpage. At any rate, if they don't end up using the full 2 million gallons a day permitted, then this is a water conservation project. So I'm not saying that that's what this is. I'm saying that there are longer term fights that we need to be prepared for. Setting up guardrails and restrictions that protect our rights
So you've done that with this?
are a good move. Well, how could we do it with this? We found out about it about the same time
We're
we
not
did.
talking to
So we're not going to have any more comments from the public. I gave everybody their right to speak. We interacted with you. This isn't about contention, okay? We just want to,
You understand my,
absolutely, we understand it.
and we
Absolutely.
can further support to your,
I don't know any people in there except for Jen and.
Sure, absolutely. My name's Jason Roots. I've been in Stockdale for 20 years. I work at Green Coliseum. My kids have gone to school here since, well, they were born here, so. Jennifer Baird, do you know Justin?
No, Justin
West.
West.
Lynn Ray's son. So if you're mad, call Lynn Ray.
Are you Lynn Ray?
No, I'm Mark Mullen.
He's serious.
Well, you pointed at him, so. Mark
I'm Mark Mullen.
Mullen.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is L.H. West. My name is L.H. West.
So you're the.
Very easy to
A
spell.
different family.
They're cousins.
Okay.
L.H.
Yes, sir, I
The
saw
only
that.
way you're gonna get to this water deal, don't you follow to us? You elect your people on Evergreen. They're the ones that maintains the water in this area.
All up to
And
them.
above that is Region L, and they're elected too. I know, we fought the Cibolo Reservoir, and we beat them. I tell you, we were involved. I'm still involved. But the thing is, it doesn't do any good attacking us. The people you need to attack is people you elect.
It's not an elected.
Because the ones that was for the lake is president of the board now.
And I'll be frank, I don't see any of this as an attack. We're having discussions. We serve the community, we serve the city primarily, but as an extension of that, the EDC is here to help facilitate growth in Stockdale, and that's what our aim
None of
is.
us talk to you all, any of you all, once a week. As Jen talks to him once a week.
Come to a meeting.
Come to a
I've never
meeting.
seen any of you
You
guys.
don't have my cell phone, okay? You call me at least once
I
a
know
week,
we talk, we do.
okay?
But
I
at
don't
the
know where
same
that came
time,
from.
Can I be frank? This project isn't going to stop. We're not going to stop
This
this.
one can,
I don't
that
think-
one will not, Clear Fork will not stop. This one we can stop, and we can stop.
How can you stop it? They've already got the water permitted from Evergreen Underwater
Well,
Conservation.
I have a problem with that too, that they have
But
three,
they did that.
agricultural and industrial and domestic. And they say that the industrial, they don't have any choice, or I think they do. And I think they will in the future.
So the permanent water was originally already permanent for that property.
As agriculture.
So all they did was change it from agri-ag to.
But that doesn't mean they have-
And that's not us, that is the Evergreen.
And that doesn't mean that they have the other permits that they have to have.
The other permits, the discharge permits and everything goes through TCEQ, not Evergreen.
And or Encore or TCEQ or TWA, man, it's a long list of
So
things.
TWA and UA would not have anything to do with it, it would only be TCEQ.
No, it's a lot of people. EPA, they, believe me, I've been studying this.
So EPA does not oversee the state of Texas because we have TCEQ. Now, TCEQ does oversee air, soil, and
And
water.
they have changed all of their permits to block them and new.
And they do mirror EPA's guidelines, but who is going to be over air, water, and soil in the state of Texas will be TCEQ.
Not entirely.
Okay.
Not entirely.
We can't, we're not going to make
I'm
that
sorry,
statement.
you're interrupting your meeting, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just want to say one thing. Can you guys please research before you pat these people on the back? Coal Maine, where they built 2 data centers, and this little city thought that they were getting something fabulous and lots of jobs, and it was going to be fantastic. And what they got was 5 jobs, and they sit in India monitoring the data centers. And then when servers break down, they shunt them offline, and once a month or once every 2 months, they'll come back and have the servers repaired, and there's no jobs.
Y'all are
They didn't get
destroying the
anything.
county.
Except
Probably.
Don't say y'all.
It's not.
We have no control.
We have no control of this.
Zero.
It's not inside
If
the
you don't
Stockdale
have,
city limits,
if
we
you don't
can't do
have any
anything.
control, then work with us. Why not work with them?
We're trying to work with you to get information from this outfit and share it with you.
I haven't had any get shared. I couldn't even find where you posted your agenda. Where was it posted?
It wasn't posted at City Hall every time. Every time we have one.
I said, I looked
It's
at
how it's always been done.
All of our meetings.
All of our meetings, same.
I'm sorry, you were-
in the paper.
This is Grant Smalley and Donald Bennett. And the person in the corner is Stephen Mayfield, our city manager. She just wasn't.
I will say, I'd like to just mention this before we close this up. So we don't have another meeting with him for 2 weeks, correct? We did present to him that we felt like it would be a good thing to come and have a town hall meeting with the community, and he did agree to that. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, I can schedule that, and he will come here to City Hall, correct? You heard that too? So we're working on that. Without any communication, we will know nothing. So we are trying, I know it may not feel that way, but it doesn't mean we're on his side. But we do have a job to do. We do, and that's how I feel what we're doing.
Well, let me point out one other thing too. I see on your website some advertisements for building houses for people who are working on these things.
On my website?
Yeah, on your Facebook page, yeah.
We don't have a Facebook page. The city doesn't.
No, there's one that's.
That's my son.
Dan.
That's my son.
Well,
It's not a cognitive interest.
That's what he does.
Just what?
He does, it's called worldwide housing.
So, but it's
For
directed.
FEMA, for the government?
But it's directed toward, I feel like it's directed.
Oh,
toward
come
this.
on. Give me a break.
Look at it.
All right. So let's just continue with our agenda as is lined out in front of us. The next item on the agenda is discussion of possible action regarding the purchase of property ID 201-23712 for future development. So anybody else not know what property 201?
I did pictures. I did 2 of them. So you know where Ace Harbor is going? So
Yes.
it's the 1.42 acres behind it. They've agreed or are open to us purchasing it back. And that's what. we
Purchasing
own.
it back from Ace Harbor?
Yes, they don't need it. And so Stephen and I have been discussing, we own the acreage behind it, which is 2.73 behind it. That would combine all of it
And that strip.
in that strip, which is a
I mean, it gets us-
easement right away.
It gets it closer to being a contiguous piece of property that could possibly be developed,
Or
whether
grocery
it be
store.
residential or some kind of grocery store. But,
Mainly a grocery store because,
Well, yeah, we're looking more a grocery store or other industry that needs that highway frontage, because there is access off of 123 there. It also gives you both access from Wheeler and what is that, H-double-E? So-
yes,
Yes.
you know where the
Is it
car wash?
Or will
Yeah, so the majority of the 2 point whatever acres we already own is flood zone. So it would be used for parking, so this would allow that whole piece to have stuff that's not in the flood zone. Make sense? And I've tentatively got it on for 50,000 for that property.
And 8th Street, corner of 8th and Wheeler.
Andy,
That's 50,000 total? or
for the
50?
1.4, we already own the other 2.
No, okay.
Yeah, the 1 point, I think it's on the 1 point, what is it, 1.4?
That's total asking price.
Yes,
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
was, total.
he's telling me. He
So
said, I'll take 50.
that's quite a bit less than we're currently
Yes.
marketing property for. So I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, but there's that else.
I think that's reasonable. So, I mean, what is the probability, what's gonna happen to it? It's just gonna sit there?
Sit there until somebody's gonna take it. As soon as, I mean, it's a personal feeling, as soon as ACE starts their build out, which is in November, that's gonna change that whole
It's
area.
gonna make that property more valuable.
Right, and it's really, if you think about it, you don't think of another place for sale that's on 123 or 80 for a grocery store?
Well,
So
it makes
big.
that, it makes that whatever, 1 or 2 point whatever more marketable, because there's not enough in that to build anything else.
Correct.
Of any kind of substance.
I think there was
There's some portion of it.
There is,
but there's
but it's not a lot.
enough to really do
Yeah, not
anything.
enough to do anything, any kind of
It's
major.
really gonna put a business, it's gonna constrict the ability to.
So So it's not in the floodplain, but the other property that y'all own is, and the idea was, you can have parking in a floodplain, you can build a parking lot, and then of course the building would be on this property and not out of the floodplain portion.
Yeah.
So really, it just enhances the value and usefulness of the existing property we own, and we're getting it for less than we're currently selling land for. It seems like a good deal to me. I'd like for us to.
I think money matters for the cheapest one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we have a little bit over $400,000 currently. We're due back $350,000
$320, $350.
from Lennar when they get their basically flat, all ironed out, engineered, and they're ready to start construction. I think that's when they have to pay on the close. And they're looking to do that with normally an 18-month window, and they're possibly as soon as 6-8 months.
Six, they're trying.
So they're accelerating their process because they too see the need. It's drastic. I mean, Captain Blind not see it.
And our sales tax coming in every month moved from about anywhere from 6 to 10,000 a month. It's now about 17,000 to 20,000 a month.
And then, remember, we got back a 1/8%, is that correct? Or is it a 1/16%? That was going to a road improvement for a couple of years to the city, and that's come back to us now, so we're getting our full 4%. So it gives us about 18K a month.
Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense to have money worked in real estate.
Real
than
estate.
Sitting in the bank.
It's a good lot.
It is, and like I
Yours is a
said,
good lot.
it has-
Yours didn't.
Realistically, without it, I don't see anything ever happening with those other properties.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, sir.
Question. We're gonna have a meeting every 3 months, correct?
We will have
It's already
a scheduled meeting every 3 months, and we will have meetings in between if
And
it's
have
so.
all the financial statements every meeting,
Yeah.
Yes.
so we can see what is being paid in and out.
Stephen and I have had a couple discussions about that. You know, there was a change in regimes
Everybody
here.
goes through this thing.
There was a change in regimes at the city, as you're well aware of, and, you know, the Economic Development Corporation's finances have been tended to. They just haven't shared the data in a form that I can share it with the board. Steve and I have had a couple discussions about that. That's going to get corrected. It's just a matter of a clerical step. But
It needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. So, do we have a motion to make a purchase of this land for $50,000?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Is that a first by Mark and second by Grant? Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion passes unanimously. That brings us to number 6, which is, this is again something that probably has been on the agenda before, and we've talked about it, we've agreed upon it, but we never got done. So this is about remodeling this space and basically getting this office finished out back there. Give Jet for a place to work, a place to keep EDC files, which we do not currently have, and all that's being maintained by the city. So as the role of the EDC and hats off to our city manager and the city now, as their roles increase in the community, Jen will need an actual office. So, Jen, what was the budget for that?
So, I don't remember the budget.
Like 10K, 15K?
Let me see if it's on here. I haven't seen this in so long.
We needed that for a long time in here.
Yeah.
To bring our representatives.
So building repairs, would it be under that? Yeah, 15,000.
Okay.
So,
Oh, small project, oh, that's.
yeah, I think it was building.
Well,
So I did get quotes. So what I envision is, we'll have a separate door over there. We'll take that garage door out. There'll be the windows and a door to come in on that with a walkway. I got 5,915 on this quote, and the other one was 7,998. This quote came from a guy that did the new gas station, all those windows there. So looks like he does great work. I got great recommendations, so of course he's a lower bid. And then I got a quote to remodel the bathroom, close in flooring. The whole thing will be $13,585. So the whole project would be $19,773. Now that doesn't give me a computer unless I continue to use my iPad.
Well, we can do that outside.
We
We'll
have
still do this
some
outside.
desk and storage.
Don't worry about that.
And they're really nice.
Okay, that'll work.
So, yeah.
So I think
What about AC?
it did not.
And then mini split, I think that would be super.
Yeah, and, I hate to be a pain in the duty, but this is 15K and this is 4K. This is just to replace the door and add windows.
Yes.
Okay, that seems very reasonable. I wouldn't mind
The 13?
seeing a couple quotes on that
Okay.
because,
And also.
and then also we have to pass. I don't care if it doesn't meet the criteria that you have to go out for bid. I at least want to see quotes. And so if anybody ever comes back, we'll be like, yeah, well, these were the 3 quotes and this is why we chose this.
We need to have some more.
It was in here to fix it.
Yeah, it's to fix it.
To fix it.
So,
He broke it out, and I really did dig down on the you look at it for a hot second. He's like,
Contractor.
yeah, look at it.
Is that considered?
No, but it says cinder block.
Is that the AC and
On the
the next
ceiling?
one?
Yeah.
It's AC in the next one.
Yes, it is. It's already,
Oh, cool.
It's
what
already-
is that called? Sheetrock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's got AC.
No, that's what I say, we would definitely need.
No, we need to add another mini split.
So let's get this thing on a
Pretty low.
timer. No, it's a little stillable. Sure, they're not cold. So, Jennifer, what if we did something to the
The
effect
main
of
thing is to
like,
get some more quotes right now.
yeah, but what about, well,
Or go ahead and approve this and get them to do the front. I know
I would
it's,
not have a problem with that, or a block, like 20,000 contingent upon you, but see, I think if you're gonna go get
Confirm
quotes,
that.
we all need to look at the quotes so we're all in agreement. So let's just,
I really need an office.
I know you do, we can't put
It's
this
super
off.
stressful.
Yeah, honestly, it's embarrassing. We want to have some sticker exhibitors or whoever else come in here, the Monica Della Cruzes of the world. We need a nice place. If we're trying to make Stockdale something, come on, we can do better than this. Look at the new Century 21 on.
What is your opinion when you look at it?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought that.
No, that's not.
You can also-
You wanna take a look? You can
I mean, I
Okay.
did, but.
Can we,
So
can we
you
do this?
could read it as not to exceed that, and if she can find some lower quotes.
And so that's what I was gonna propose, is that these 2 gentlemen who are both contractors be on our building committee. And when Jennifer gets the 3 quotes, she shows them to them, whichever one the 3 of them come up with. And it's under $20,000 for the total project cost to include, so she can get started on the $4,500 door and windows. So basically a motion would be for $20,000 dependent upon getting 3 quotes and choosing the one approved by Grant and Jason and Jennifer. In the total, did I call you Jason?
Justin.
I think I do too sometimes.
Everybody does.
What is it?
And, yeah, to that effect.
You said I'd be called first, so I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that.
I'm good with that.
Would everybody be okay with the motion of that nature, so we can keep moving forward? Okay, we want to repeat what I did.
Make a motion that we proceed with the renovation of the current SCDC building for an office and not to go over
the amount of 20,000, and we have a small committee of Justin West and Greg Smalley that were approved from the additional quotes.
We've got a motion on the floor, we got a second?
Second.
We got a second from Mark. So, first, Mark, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? That's a no, in case anybody needs to write that down. 236 unanimous vote. You're,
That's it, right?
And item 7 is executive session. Did we actually?
We don't
I don't think we have
It's
any.
on there.
Okay,
Just
so
in case.
in that case, we go to administrator's report. Your show, Jen.
I think I've said it all, other than, let me make sure. I brought some files. RDP data. I'm working on the fire station, with Langford and Associates out of Austin, for a grant, on that. I've gotten a bid.
The
for
old fire station?
Yeah, we're talking about the city of, we're gonna do and it looks like I'm gonna be involved, what would you call it, a workshop, to figure out what to do with it. Seems like we wanna get the community involved in that decision. So, community center, sports center, how can we combine them both? And so we're gonna start the workshop. I just started getting quotes. AC unit's gonna be 250,000. The windows in front are gonna be about 35,000. So working on that pretty heavily with Stephen.
And so that's remodeling the old fire station, which has been abandoned since the new ESD into
It's about to be.
oh, it's about to be.
They've been in it all along.
Okay,
Yeah.
Into a community center.
Yeah.
So, or some sort
Slash
of
civic center.
youth sports or something of that nature. But it'll be city or EDC owned. And they do just like the park, pond, EDC, hold it until we get through the project and then turn it over to the city, or whatever the case may be.
And I think some, what are they, competitive sporting leagues have already, showed interest. And, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done with it. It'll be great. Weddings, venues, dances.
It can be monetized during Watermelon Jubilee
Yeah.
to a very
Yeah. Super nice. Stephen's got some great ideas with extending it in the back to have an open air, kind of pavilion in the back. And, oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It'll be great asset. So we're starting to work on that. And then, I have the grant that I'm working on for, a $4.7 million grant, which would bring a medical facility to Stockdale. We will have, specialty doctors, pharmacy, hospice, standard physicians, and this would be, what was that, 4,500 square foot, 4,700 square foot building that would go next to the pond, and that grant has to be submitted by Monday. And I'm working with Guadalupe Regional Medical Center, and we are partnering with them, so then they would come in and own the facility after we get the building.
Well, let's just say Jennifer's doing all the work and Guadalupe Valley's going to submit the.
Stephen's helping with it. Did you get that signature?
They're more eligible to.
He's tied up with that civic
Maybe
center
Mark?
thing over there.
We gotta get it.
He had, it's on his desk.
Okay,
This is going through Del Cruz's office as well?
yes,
And
yes.
it's part of, isn't it, I thought it was some sort of a recreation?
It's called what's it called? The Community Grants Program.
Community grants program.
But we're having to work with Washington because that's a medical facility. So now what is it, the big new bill or the big new Trump, what is it called?
Big new bill.
Yeah. Now there is like $40 billion in there for rural health. So we may slip it in there. We're trying to figure out where to slip it in, but it's due Monday.
And this is huge, and I mean.
It is huge.
Just to give you guys a flavor of an idea, when, and Jennifer's chasing after auto parts, pharmacies, and grocery stores primarily. But as soon as she started talking about this, immediately a pharmacy was like, we want in.
Yes.
So this would be awesome. We'd have
Just need to
pharmaceutical services back in Stockdale. You know, I think a lot of our
Yeah.
aging
Elderly
citizens would be happy to see that. I'm not looking at you.
Be careful.
I can only do so much.
Eye contact is important. And then, and Stephen has been great. I will say this, it is super great to have Stephen. We work very well together. Super, super good. And then we're also, we have a meeting on the 11th that I think you're gonna phone into, with TxDOT. We finally got them to move, getting Main Street into our name, or they're coming.
They're coming to talk about it.
They're coming to talk about it. So that is a huge step because that has been a couple of years of trying to work on that one.
That's, what day is that, the 11th?
11.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
You couldn't come because you had a meeting at 10, they're coming at 9.
I'm at the Houston Road.
We didn't phone. Right. I think that's it right now. I think that's,
Okay.
yeah. Do you have any questions for us? We miss you.
Good to see you, Mark.
Everything.
Welcome, Justin.
Yes.
We'll save Jason for when we're not happy with you.
I'll do whatever. I answer to it all.
Do you have any questions since it's your first meeting or suggestions or?
None of the above.
Well, in that case, does anybody want to make a final motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Lisa?
I'll let you go.
What's the candy?
Russell's still.
Russ.
No.